Welcome back to Exotical Chronicles. We are way overdue for this episode, but this one is going to be good and I hope that it was worth the wait. So today I will be discussing non-surgical cosmetic enhancements, including some details and information regarding my own experience with getting them. So, I've had a lot of fun educating myself on the benefits of cosmetic enhancements like dermal fillers and Botox, and I wanted to share info that I found to be helpful in my journey, in addition to the fact that this video was requested. So, I hope that it'll help some of you if you've been curious or interested in wanting to know if they are a benefit to us as women of color. And granted, we all have natural beauty as it is, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with enhancing it in order to look and feel your absolute best. An Allure magazine article stated that in the beauty industrial complex, Black women have historically been excluded from the non-surgical enhancement conversation, particularly injectables, due to systematic racist ideologies reflective of the industry at large. Just like other inequities in the medical field regarding African American women, there lies inequity in dermatology as well. Quote, cosmetic enhancements, formerly a tight-lipped secret afforded to affluent white women and celebrities, close quote, but now it's more widespread and accessible to us all. If you all follow vlogger Jazz Turner here on YouTube, she has a wealth of information on her facial balancing journey and discloses everything that she got done. I really like her transparency and her look. Her results are beautiful and she is a very pretty girl. And so moving on, facial balancing or facial symmetry is what most of us desire. Not a complete facelift or whole new look altogether, but instead, just some enhancements to our natural beauty and an added booster to our self-care routine. It's what some content creators refer to as high maintenance to be low maintenance. A big goal of mine, for example, was to be able to feel confident when stepping outside without a drop of makeup. No, my skin and appearance are not flawless by any means now that I've gotten both skin treatments and injectables, but they do look a whole lot better with the help of both. Fillers, Botox, and other medical grade skin treatments have allowed me to go without makeup for months now, and I have a fresh, dewy glow and look to my face, and my skin is really healthy and plump, and I feel worlds better. My hair, doesn't need to be completely laid now, nor do I need expensive lash extensions or extensive brow care because I already looked balanced and fresh-faced and awake when I wash my face and start my day. So my personal journey began when I started to notice the premature aging of my skin about 3 or 4 years ago. And at this time, I knew absolutely nothing about filler and very, very little about Botox. I knew zero about the benefits of either and what they would have provided to me then. I had a very surface level knowledge about what these cosmetic procedures were. And of course, I thought they were specifically for white women because that's how they're marketed and advertised. But, had I known, I would have started sooner. But then again, I didn't have the money then, so I guess it's all about timing because this is a investment. I also started to notice some telltale signs that you all might be noticing as well, but you can't put your finger on it. So for example, under eye bags, puffiness, darkness under the eyes, and creasing when you wear makeup. Ugh, my gosh. The creasing under my concealer nearly drove me crazy. But it was then when I realized something must be done. It can't be my makeup. It's not my sponges. It's not my makeup brush. It's not the way I'm applying it. It has to be something else. So that, along with the dark hollowness or sunkenness that some of us might notice in the under eye area, served as a thorn in my side. There was absolutely no amount of makeup, no special type of concealer, no unique application procedure that could have covered up this issue. There is no skin product that's going to fix it either. So let me tell you here and now that these types of procedures are typically what you want to go ahead and invest in so you can stop pulling your hair out. Another problem was the volume loss in my cheeks and the unevenness in my face. The phrase, my good side, really had a lot more weight when I noticed that each side of my face looked different. When I would look back at myself in pictures, even, I would look at my forward facing photos and couldn't figure out what was off about my face or my makeup. But I later realized that my face was literally uneven. I didn't like either side. The right side definitely had much more volume loss because I mostly slept on my right side. I sleep on my back now. But enhancing the chin, for example, will also give you facial symmetry that you didn't know you needed. So, along with additional volume in your cheeks and filler in your chin area, this will give you that symmetry that you're looking for that makeup cannot fix. I guess a celebrity example is Rihanna. Like, if you notice, Rihanna's chin is pretty long, but it's beautifully shaped and it accentuates and complements her face and her forehead, right? Her forehead doesn't look as big or disproportionate to the rest of her face nowadays because she got facial symmetry or balancing done over the years. So she still has very strong, ethnic features, but the chin is what I noticed about her that just really makes her beauty pop and it makes her stand out and it gives her overall look a very balanced, symmetrical appearance. I had what they called a recessed chin. It was rather small and tended to be totally overshadowed by my lips and nose and made me look much younger than I am. So I'm not complaining about a youthful appearance, of course, but I personally did not like my childlike jawline and facial structure as a mid-30 something adult woman. Which brings me to another thing, which was the definition in my jawline or the lack thereof. I've always had a pretty round face, but from the side, as you get older, you desire a more defined or chiseled jawline. It's what really makes you look snatched in photos and makes your side profile look amazing. Filler in these areas will give you that look. Have fun contouring and doing makeup for 2 or 3 hours, or you can just get some filler. I think Exoticals United, shout out to our big sis. She talked about weaves and wigs in one of her videos, for example, was saying that she would just simply never take the time to melt a lace wig down and prefers more synthetic wigs anyway. And that is exactly how I feel about makeup. I'm just not going to take an extensive amount of time to do an ultra glam look and polish it and, set or bake or whatever they call it. I'm just not going to do those things ever. I simply do not have the patience. But what I will do is make the affordable, luxurious investment in some non-surgical cosmetic enhancements to my face so that I can have higher cheekbones, I can have a more chiseled jawline, I can have more definition in my under eye area instead of trying to layer and cover puffiness and bags with makeup and loads of concealer and things like that. I rather just do the high maintenance things so I can be low maintenance on a day-to-day. Then last but not least, I did get my lips done because I also noticed volume loss in them as well. Yes, Black women do lose volume and suppleness in their lips too. And hyaluronic acid, which you may be familiar with, is a great hydration supplement for this area. Have you noticed needing increasingly more and more lip balm over time? What about your lipstick creasing and trying to reapply it only to realize that it doesn't help? That is due to wrinkles in our lips that develop and unwanted folds that come as a result of the volume loss in our lips. These wrinkles and folds develop due to dehydration as well. So we can drink loads of water for the rest of our bodies, but our lips need their own tender loving care. This was another area that I got fed up in too. I absolutely hated wearing lipstick because of how it would dry and sit on my lips. I totally thought that it was, again, the brand or the quality of the makeup that I was using, only to realize that it was my actual lip. There was no amount of lip balm or lip oil or gloss or anything, scrubs, all that stuff. I do the lip mask at night, the sleeping mask that you wear overnight. Nothing fixed the problem. Have very nice, moderately full lips, but again, right? They lost volume over time, and then if I went to fill in my cheeks, fill in my jaw, fill in my chin, it was only natural to follow suit and fill in my lips so I can look complete. And so I went for it, and that was something that I hesitated on, especially as a black woman, an exotical but black nonetheless, right? Because we tend to naturally have fuller lips than the average person, but that one for me, I had my own stigma around it, and I just felt like, no way, like, I'm black, I don't need it, surely this is just temporary. They'll get plump again, let me go to Sephora for the umpteenth time and see what I can do to get my lips back, only to realize that nothing was going to help. Nothing was going to help. It's nothing compared to just a little pinch, a little poke, some temporary discomfort, and you're in and out. And I had my nice, full, voluptuous lips again. Black and brown women tend to face hyperpigmentation the most. So, of course, the loss of elasticity and volume in the cheek and under eye areas, they do affect your complexion. So this doctor also mentioned that she does tend to see that procedures among black women are highly requested, particularly in the mid-face region. And she wants to note that nasolabial fold and lip fillers, contrary to popular belief, are extremely common among women of color. She says that she's doing lip augmentation on women of color for structure, symmetry, and hydration more than volume, but there is a demand for fullness too. They're seeking poutier lips, she says. And so to conclude, Botox ranges anywhere from $200 to $300 on the lower end to over $1,000 depending on a number of factors, including location, experience of the injector, the number of units needed, which is how it's measured, and placement, of course. Fillers, on the other hand, typically start at $850 and they increase based on the procedure, volume, and number of vials used. Again, these things are considered an affordable luxury. So notes for you: Botox is placed in the smile line area, in the upper brow area, and in the forehead, and typically last 3 to 5 months. Fillers are placed under the eyes, in the cheeks, in the jawline, and in the chin, and last for about a year. Lips are really dynamic and can't be given a specific timeline, so those will typically maybe last anywhere between 6 to 12 months, but they vary widely depending on the patient. There are precautions taken to protect black skin from hyperpigmentation, keloids, and scarring due to the needle insertion, which does have to happen frequently and in many different places on the face once you go in for this procedure. But, quote, you may want to use a cannula more than a needle. A needle is fine too, but you want to make fewer puncture sites to prevent bruising, close quote. This is what Dr. Henry suggests in the Zoe Report article. A cannula, you can look on your own, is a needle-like tool that's used to go into the area of insertion to kind of move around the product rather than them sticking and poking and reinserting and pulling it out and putting it back all over the place. Or if you've seen on videos, particularly with white women, they call it fanning, I believe. They stick the needle in and they just move it up and down and slide it in and out, and they just kind of are all up under your skin. But of course, again, as mentioned, with darker pigmented skin, we have a higher risk of developing hyperpigmentation or scarring. So they use the cannula tool to get the same job done. The Zoe Report online also stated that, quote, Black women are honoring life on their own terms and building community around new wellness practices such as these, close quote. And I couldn't agree more with this. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please share, and leave a question or comment so we can continue this dialogue. I really hope to see you in the next one.